Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Poetry has a unique way of expressing some deep emotional feelings. There is a poet that has compiled some poetry. In it, he speaks with regards to a final farewell that he bids to some of those people he knows. In this year, some of the ulama, when they graduate, this is sung at the graduating jalsa. However, the meaning of this is not necessarily kept to the graduating students leaving the institute of learning. It says, Suno dil se Yaaro, kalam Akhri hai. That listen, O my beloved, O those that know me, my friends, my family. This is perhaps our final greeting where we bid farewell unto one another. This is my final salam and the final words that we will share unto one another. Remember this one particular advice of mine, burai ka badla burai nahi hai, that you cannot repel evil with evil. Rather, the better thing to do, the more appropriate thing to do, is that you repel evil with goodness. And for an example, if we had to say an eye for an eye, we would be living in a world full of blind people. Burai ka badla burai nahi hai. That we as humans do not repel evil with evil. The poet then goes on to say that this world is very temporary and in its nature it evolves continuously. Do not stagnate in this temporary world wherever you are. Rather, kahi dil lagane ki koshish na karna. Do not make it a habit or a quality or an emotion of yours that you keep your heart attached to anything of this world. It is inevitable that you will bid farewell to this temporary world. The poet then further goes on to say that if ever you remember me post my passing away from this world, then I beg of you that you will feel emotional, you will want to tear and you will want to set off that emotion. It's a very natural feeling of a human. But at that time, I will be more in need of your dua and for you to send some ithal thawab for me and for you to read something from Quran, from Surah Ikhlas and send it for me. That will be more beneficial than for you to shed a tear which will not help me in the world that I am going. Remember, this is a very, very temporary situation. This is continuously changing all the time. If ever this world had made it, that we were to meet again, then we will share some of our special moments and we will express the love that we have. And in this then he gives two advices, that value every person that is close to you. You might never know when it is your final meeting with that individual. And then he says, but if we don't meet in this temporary world, and if we do not have a meeting post this conversation with ours, then remember there is a realm that we will meet once again and we will get together. Leaving this world is not the end of everything, but rather it is a beginning of an entire new world that is to come. Remember me in your du'as, and remember that when we bid farewell, compose yourself. These are temporary times and we will leave each other. Do not keep your heart fixated to anything, for this will also change. Make dua for the people that have passed away. And every individual that have lost someone, sit down and make such a dua for them that you feel convinced by virtue of your dua that person's forgiveness is being made. Take a listen to the nizam, find solace in the words of poetry, and hopefully it will give you some sort of comfort by knowing that others share in a similar difficulty that you are going through.